Australia's grocery scene used to be a two-player game. Coles on one side, Woolies on the other. That was it. A duopoly so dominant it made actual competition look like a rounding error. Together, these two grocery giants controlled over 80% of the market, setting prices, steering trends, and defining what a normal grocery shop looked like for millions of Australians. You had the weekly specials, the flybys, points, the flashy catalogs dropped on your driveway, and aisles upon aisles of every product imaginable. Big brands, big stores, big overhead, and big bills at the checkout. It was the grocery equivalent of Coke versus Pepsi, two giants battling each other and leaving little room for anyone else. And then, in 2001, this quiet German chain rolled into Sydney with a completely different idea. No music playing, no rewards program promising free toasters, and definitely no big-name brands. It felt more like a warehouse than a supermarket, but with prices that made you stop and look twice. And if you didn't bring a coin for your trolley, well, too bad. That company was Aldi. And what looked like a weird little discount shop at first turned into a category killer that would rewrite the rules of Australian retail. At the time, most people didn't know what to make of Aldi. The stores were smaller, the branding was strange, and the product names sounded made up. It didn't stock your go-to cereal, there weren't 5 brands of milk, the staff didn't help you pack. And yet, the prices were ridiculously low. It wasn't fancy, but it was sharp, efficient, unapologetically no frills. And back then, no one, not even Coles or Woolies, thought it was a real threat. But Aldi didn't try to match them move for move, it changed the entire playbook. It wasn't interested in playing catch-up, instead, it built its own model, a radically simplified, cost-focused system that made the duopoly look bloated. Where Coles and Woolies stocked thousands of items, Aldi kept its range tight, around 1,500 core products. Over 90% of them were private label, meaning Aldi controlled the supply chain, reduced costs, and eliminated the need to negotiate with big brands. Stores were designed to be nearly identical in layout. Products were often left in their shipping boxes, no need to face up shelves or make them look pretty. Cashiers sat down to improve scanning speed. Shoppers had to pack their own groceries, even the coin and trolley system saved them from hiring cart wranglers. It was ruthlessly efficient, and the savings got passed directly to the customer. At first, Aussie shoppers were skeptical. We love brands. We're loyal to what we know. And let's be honest, Aldi didn't feel trustworthy at the beginning. The packaging was unfamiliar. The stores felt bare. There was no deli counter, no butcher, no music. But then the 2008 global financial crisis happened. Suddenly, value wasn't just appealing, it was necessary. And Aldi's business model, which had seemed foreign or even a little odd, started to make perfect sense. As people started looking to cut back, Aldi became the obvious place to go. Not only were the prices lower, the quality was surprisingly strong. In fact, Aldi's private label products started beating big-name brands in blind taste tests. Its cheeses, wines, snacks, and even its toilet paper began racking up awards and 5-star reviews. People realized that the no-brand butter is actually better than what they usually buy for twice the price. By 2015, Aldi had passed 10% market share, a huge milestone in a market so thoroughly dominated by 2 players. And as it expanded into Western Australia and South Australia, that growth accelerated. But Aldi wasn't stopping there. It was evolving. The chain began improving its store designs, adding fresh produce sections, expanding its meat and dairy offerings, and entering the healthy food space with organic and plant-based ranges. It introduced the Just Organic label that instantly became a hit with shoppers. It dabbled in self-checkouts and modernized its logistics systems. But it did all of this without bloating the business. No weekly specials war, no flashy promotions, and still no loyalty cards. And then there's that chaotic middle aisle, you know the one, special buys. A weekly drop of totally random items, electric scooters, snow gear, power drills, air fryers, even wine fridges. It makes no sense and perfect sense at the same time. Shoppers come in for milk, leave with a kayak, and Aldi knows exactly what it's doing. Special buys drive foot traffic, create social media buzz, and make Aldi shopping feel like a mini adventure. Meanwhile, the duopoly was starting to sweat. Aldi was more than just surviving, it was thriving, and the big two were forced to adapt. Woolworths rolled out its Essentials range and revamped private label strategy. Coles launched Coles Own and later Coles Finest to capture both the budget and premium markets. Both chains began slashing prices on staples to stay competitive. They streamlined operations, invested in automation, revamped stores, and leaned hard into loyalty tech, all in an attempt to claw back market share. But they had a problem. No matter how hard they tried, they couldn't match Aldi's cost structure, because Aldi's entire business model is built to be lean. They don't offer 12 brands of peanut butter, just one, maybe two. They don't rotate thousands of weekly specials, they just keep their prices consistently low. There's no staff wasted on manual tasks. The result? Less waste, faster turnover, and higher efficiency per square meter. And that efficiency is profitable. According to the Australian Financial Review, Aldi's revenue in 2023 hit a whopping $1.57 billion with a $270 million profit. That's a 9.8% jump in profit year on year, outperforming many of its much flashier competitors. While Coles and Woolworths are still larger in raw numbers, Aldi is often more profitable per store and per square meter. It's the kind of quiet domination that doesn't make headlines, but absolutely makes boardrooms nervous. Aldi forced a fundamental shift in the way supermarkets operate in Australia. It killed the idea that brand names automatically mean better quality. It challenged the value of loyalty points, price games, and catalog culture. And perhaps most importantly, it empowered consumers, giving them real choice for the first time in decades. What's even more impressive is that Aldi built loyalty without using a loyalty program. No points, no apps, no weekly emails saying, "You've saved $2.14 this week." Just consistently good prices, solid quality, and a predictable experience. In a world full of dynamic pricing and promo fatigue, Aldi's consistency is the appeal. So what comes next? Aldi's not slowing down. It continues to expand into new territories, it's testing new store formats, and while it hasn't seriously entered the online grocery game yet, you can bet that when it does, it'll be just as strategic and streamlined as everything else. It's also continuing to double down on local sourcing, working with Aussie farmers, bakers, and producers to make its supply chain more sustainable and competitive. Meanwhile, the duopoly is trying to find a new edge, with heavy investments in digital, loyalty data, retail media networks, and AI-driven pricing tools. But Aldi doesn't need to play catch-up. It's staying lean, staying smart, and staying profitable. So, the next time you're scanning your groceries at warp speed, packing your own bags like a checkout ninja, and wondering whether that discounted electric lawnmower in the middle aisle is a need or a want, remember, you're not just saving money. You're participating in one of the most successful retail disruptions in Australian history, and it all started with a coin and a trolley. But what do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below and let's discuss. And if you enjoyed this story, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell so you never miss out on more deep dives like this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, stay curious.